Hi everyone. I had posted a link to the rosary on my Facebook page. So that's the rosary that I say. This is a cycle with me. People are happy when I lose my jobs, when I don't get employment, when I can't keep my property. They're too worried about other people who have both sets of parents alive, who have aunts and uncles who both have jobs, and they don't care about what happens to me. So that rosary is the one that I say because it's a cycle with me. That's the rosary that I say whenever it happens. And it's a short rosary. It's just 15 minutes. Cardinal Collins used to also say the rosary. So especially like during COVID, they used to have the morning mass, and then after that he used to say the rosary in front of the Blessed Sacrament. So I used to join that because I used to be at home, and that's a good prayer to say because it's good for meditation, it's good for reflecting on the life of Christ. And when people do this to me, I just say, oh, good for you. They're happy when I lose my jobs. They tell me all their prayers have been answered. So I'm like, oh, I don't know why you even bother to stay in touch with me, but whatever. So it's a good prayer to say. And the rosary, it's actually a weapon. It's a spiritual weapon because in the Christian tradition and in the Catholic tradition, we don't believe that we are fighting against humans. We are fighting against principalities and powers and evil. Because in this world, what is being promoted is evil. And what is good is not being promoted. With any kind of diseases, bankruptcy, whatever, the aim is, it's not supposed to be for you to stay there and for the fatherless to be turned out onto the street, to be told, we don't know what you're going to do. We don't want to help you. Just do whatever you like. That's not the way it's supposed to be. But that's how the society is, especially in North America. And if you look on LinkedIn, there's faith-driven entrepreneurs and there's faith-driven investors. So they are tackling the problems in America because America has a lot of housing shortages. It has a lot of people who are living out of their cars. It has a lot of unemployment. So investors and people like me are taking our skills and we're using them from a faith perspective. For me, I'm doing leadership development training. Other people are looking at how you can invest so that the poorest in society actually can start coming up. And a lot of people think that, oh, those problems only exist in Africa or in Asia or somewhere else. But they actually exist in America. America has a big problem. So that's one way you can look at it that way. I think for me, I never ever called what I'm doing faith-driven entrepreneurship because I'm doing what I'm doing as a spiritual director. I've been doing it a long time, but it depends on how you look at it. So if people send me money, if people give me the loans, if people give me grants, they are actually investing in somebody who is a faith-driven entrepreneur. And for me, it's to teach people, to educate people. I was trying to get into a teaching position in the Catholic colleges, and I have been applying in America, here in Africa, but I haven't been able to get that. So I'm doing the John Maxwell, and I'm doing my own this way. Father, what's his name? Father Jim, he also does it. He does the Friday looking at the scriptures just like I do. He also has the prayers that he writes. He's a Jesuit in America. So everybody has different ways of approaching it, and this is my way of doing it. And I just leave them now. I'm like, okay, if you don't want to help me, then don't help me. Don't take your frustration out on me, because I have enough problems to deal with. And now I've got health problems to deal with on top of that, so just stay away from me. And sometimes that's what you have to do. It's like, okay, just live and let live. And for me, I put my faith at the center of what I do. And that's the focus. That's my starting point for me. So for today, the John Maxwell, for September the 30th, the message is Be on Purpose. And it's Ephesians 2:10. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand, that we should walk in them. And so you'll find that different authors will talk about this in different ways. So for Catholics, we say, what is our purpose? Our purpose is to know God, to love God, and to serve God. Other authors like Rick Warren will say, what is your purpose-driven life? There are different ways of approaching it. And nothing in life can take the place of knowing your purpose. If you don't try to discover your purpose, like why are you here, what skills do you have that you want to use, then you're likely to spend your life doing the wrong things. Psychologist Viktor Frankl said, everyone has their own specific vocation or mission in life. So Jesus was a carpenter, and he was a rabbi. And others of us, we are spiritual directors. Others of us are priests. Others of us are teachers. So everybody has a purpose-driven life. Everybody has something that they are doing with their life. Everyone has their own specific vocation or mission in life. Everyone must carry out a concrete assignment that demands fulfillment. Therein he cannot be replaced, nor can his life be repeated. Thus everyone's task is as unique as his specific opportunity to implement it. Each of us has a purpose for which we were created. Our responsibility and our joy is to identify it. So there's some questions you can ask yourself to help you identify your purpose. What are you searching for? All of us have a strong desire set in our hearts, something that sets our souls on fire. So something that you would do for free, even if you didn't have the money coming in. And that's what I'm doing with this teaching, with my spiritual direction, because I don't have the money coming in. But that's what my passion is teaching people on the Gospels, training them, helping to build leaders in our communities, and helping people to develop those critical thinking skills. Why was I created? Think about the unique mix of abilities you have, the resources available to you, your own personal history, and the opportunities around you. So in today's age of social media, one of the things that the church is cautioning against is how AI could have a destructive element to it. It could have something that could be very negative. And there were cases in America of children who were using AI, and they landed up taking their lives. Now, in the past, the Liberal government said, oh, well, there's no problem with that because you are an individual. You have to make your choice. Just because the computer's telling you that doesn't mean you have to do it. But we also have to realize that some children, or even adults, they turn to that because they don't have anybody else. They don't have anything else. So the safeguards have to be built in. The same with MAID. Right? People can send negative messages about you that ultimately destroy your life, destroy your reputation, and take everything away from you, resulting eventually they'll say, oh, well, you might as well opt for this euthanasia. And that's not where our Christian identity lies. Our Christian identity is always about flourishing, using your gifts, using your skills, finding new opportunities, because things always change. It's like the car with Ford. Mr. Ford used to only produce black cars. Or the tennis players, they only used to wear white when they used to play. And that was not like because of fashion. It was because you're playing for long periods of time. You're playing under the sun, and white reflects the light. It bounces the light off you. So over time, some of those things changed. And the players said, oh no, we want to wear colors. We don't want to just wear white. And they brought the fashion in. But some of the things that were done had specific reasons of why they were done in tennis. And those are the things we have to think about when we are using our gifts, our talents, when we are looking at our personal histories. In the Catholic tradition, in the Christian tradition, and I say Christian because it's not only in our church, in the Christian tradition, you can write what we call a graced history. So you can write down from your birth all your gifts, your talents, your faith, and see how God was working in that, and how God has carried you through difficult times. What are the good things God has brought into your life? And we call that a graced history. And that will help you to see why you were created. Maybe it's to help lift up your community. Maybe it's helping yourself to come out of poverty like me. Maybe it's helping yourself to say, no, I don't want to go back to renting a room in a house. I want to aim for those good paid jobs so that I can buy a property, not continue to rent and to be put into poverty. And when we do those things, we are joining with others. We are forming partnerships. We are helping others. And we're doing them, like I'm doing this talk on my own, but I have resources that Mr. Maxwell has written, Papa John. I have resources from the Catholic Church. I have access to the internet. That's another resource. Many people don't have that. I have access to even parks nearby. I don't have to go far. I can just go out and sit in the park and reflect on nature. Other people have houses. They have their own gardens where they can go and sit. So these are all resources that we can use in reflecting on our purpose. And then, do I believe in my potential? No one can consistently act in a manner inconsistent with the way he sees himself. So if you see yourself as, yes, I'm going to go into a life of prostitution because I don't see anything wrong with it, at least I can get an income. Or you see, oh, well, I can trade the drugs, so what? Everybody is doing it. Or, so what? I don't have to pray. What is prayer? It's nothing. I can do everything. Then that becomes your story. That becomes your journey. But if you believe in your potential as somebody that is created in the image and likeness of God, then you put that at the center. And out of that comes everything else that you are aiming for, that you are doing. You take pride in your work. You take pride in your appearance. You do everything you can to get well. And you also take calculated risks. Because if you don't take risks, you're not going to be able to progress. And then the final question, when do I start? And the answer to that question is now. So today I was reading a piece on how the Vatican has already planned for next year what their communication message is going to be. I don't plan like that. I take things week by week. I take things month by month because I don't have the stability of a job and I don't have people willing to help me to get that. So as an entrepreneur, I have to take things one day at a time, and I have to plan, like I can plan my training for the week or for the month, what I'm going to do. I can plan to reach out to people for investors. I can plan to reach out from week to week what I'm doing. But I don't have 6 months of salary sitting in my bank account. I don't have a property of my own. So these are all my goals and things that I am aiming for and things that I want to accomplish and I'm praying about. And the extreme poverty in Canada, in some of our areas, like on the reservations, out in the reserves, it's very, very bad. Some of our indigenous people don't have access to running water. They don't have access to schooling. They don't have access to good housing. So I can't do much, but I do whatever I can through my church. Because if I'm not even having an income, how much can I do? And if I'm applying for jobs all over the world and I'm not getting that break, how much can I do? So sitting at home it's not for me. It's not what I want. It might be what my mother wants or my aunts want or my uncles want, but it's not what I want. I like to go out. I like to interact with people. I like to see people. I like to be with other people. I don't mind being at home. It's no skin off my nose because I can find lots of things to do. But ultimately, my aim is to start making that money and to have that money start coming in so I can accomplish the things that I want and pay my taxes and be a responsible citizen. My aim is not to go into sex work. And I was one, when they started promoting it on the Global Fund, I told them, this is wrong. I won't support you. If you're going to promote this, any woman who's put into that situation is going to tell the cameras, yeah, I don't mind, it's okay. That's what they do to the black women. That's what they do when they take us Indian women to India or Dubai or wherever. Do you think those women are going to stand in front of the camera and say, no, we don't like it? Do you really think that? They'll run away if they can, like Saint Bahita. They'll run away. But many of us are put into those situations as women and men. And it's not fair to us because the banks, the financial institutions, the investors, they shouldn't support that. Because it's a life of debauchery. It's a life of debasing yourself. It's not a good way to live. And so the question for today is, what do your answers to the questions above reveal about your purpose? And those questions are important. They will help you on your journey. Because for me, being a spiritual director is not enough. I also have to teach others about what I've learned, and as a Maxwell speaker. It's not just like, oh, I'm learning this just to improve my life and to improve myself. I'm also helping others. I've helped others through TRIAC. I've helped others through HRPA. I've helped others through the church. And now I'm using my social media tools because I don't have events and things to present it at. So I'm doing it this way. And there are lots of platforms available. We have Salt and Light Media. We have EWT and Media Missionaries. We have Catholic speakers. We have this Maxwell Leadership. So I'm using all my channels that are available. I did reach out to places like the library, community centers. Nobody's interested in paying for the work that I'm doing. So I have to do it this way, and I have to keep applying for jobs. And whatever we do, we know that the Lord sees it. Other people might not appreciate it, and other people might not value it. Then they'll carry on telling me, yeah, you should go and rent a room in a house. No, what are you doing? You haven't got any skills. You haven't got any talents. What about Jody? We want Jody to buy a house. So I told him, go and buy the house with Jody. Leave me alone. You're not interested in me. That's fine. You don't love me. You love Jody. So go help Jody or Jason or whoever else you want to help. But don't drag my life down into the muck because you want to help somebody else. Go and help them. That's what I say, isn't it? If someone doesn't want to help you, don't force them. just pray and ask God, please bring me the right people, Lord, the people who do want to help me. Give me those opportunities that you want me to have, and give me the places that you want me to teach, that you want me to be. And God will do that, just like he sent Joe Orek to me. He'll bring you the right people to help you. And Joe wasn't even my friend. She's older than me. She was my cousin's friend. But then she kept in touch with me. And then she reached out to me. So that's how I look at things. And that's the way I do it. Even in the church, when I used to go to the Newman Center, I used to just go for the Mass because I used to like the Mass there. And then they used to come and ask me, can you come read? Can you come help with the communion? I said, no, you got lots of students here. You ask them to do it. They're like, no, but Father Peter wants you to read, or he wants you to help with the Eucharist. And I used to say, okay, I can help you then. Because the students should get a chance also, isn't it? It's their time to experience the college, to experience the student life and all that. I just go sometimes because I miss that academic environment. That's why I used to go to the Newman Center. But I don't go, even Regis College, I don't go there. I go sometimes when Father Gordon invites me because I'm not part of the faculty. So I don't go, but I like the students. The students like me. But I just wait until Father Gordon invites me, then I go. So that's the way to do it. It's very easy to transition out of the academic once you graduate. You just have to find a good parish like our parish and then get involved. You know, do whatever you can. Even if you're just going to church, you're still doing something. You're going there to praise God and worship God. It's very easy. It's not hard to make a difference in this world. It's very easy. Everything is easy. You just have to find it and do the small steps. Then you take the small steps and eventually they lead to good things.